Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Kathleen Sinnott and I'm here as your tech coach. The short version of that for you folks who are new is technology is my day gig. It's also my hobby. So I'm the person everybody turns to, when they are looking for help or suggestions or they have problems or they're wondering if a solution exists that maybe they don't know about. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. Each week I bring a topic, but you are more than welcome to throw your own questions into the chat. I just bring a topic so we have a place to start. So tonight we are going to talk about starting your start streaming on Twitch for your small business. We're going to talk about the why, the where's, the how's, all that good stuff. Jason, hi, how are you? Happy almost Friday, right? For a lot of people it is. Well, actually, yesterday it was Friday for a lot of people, right? Some of us have to work tomorrow though. Oh well. How you doing, Jason? Hope you're having a good day. Happy July 4th, because even if you don't celebrate July 4th like we do here in the US, you still get a July 4th, so we can still celebrate it. All right, so as we were saying, we're going to talk about the whys, where's, and how's of streaming your small business on Twitch. So let me hit the magic button and we will dive right in. Actually, there's two magic buttons I have to hit. There's that one, and then there is this one. Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Kathleen and I'm here as your tech coach. Tonight we're going to talk about how you would go about streaming your small business on Twitch. We're going to talk about what is Twitch, why you would do this, all those good things tonight. We got a lot to cover, so hopefully you're ready. You got a pen and paper down to take notes. Of course, you don't really have to because you can always catch this on a replay later. But you know, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in, even if they're not on this topic. If they are related to the technology around your business, go ahead, throw them in anyway. We're all kinds of flexible here. All right, let us get this party started. Okay, so we'll start off with the basics, right? What the heck is Twitch? What am I talking about? There's a lot of, what did I just do here? Hang on, there we go, that's better. There are a lot of different platforms out there for live streaming. Probably you have seen some live streaming done on Facebook. You've certainly seen it on YouTube. Twitch, for most people, they think, when they hear Twitch, they think about gaming, right? And they're not wrong. Twitch started out with gaming, and it is very strong with the gaming. And where did everything just go? Hang on. Okay, there you are. Sorry, everything went away for me for a second. And you know, that's all true. What people don't realize is that there's a whole ton more to Twitch than just gaming. So we'll just start off with the basic explanation, which is Twitch is an online service for streaming digital video broadcasts. Okay, I mean that in a nutshell is what it is all about. It has gone through different ownership over time. It started independent, now it's a part of Amazon. But at the end of the day, it's a service for exactly this type of thing. And it's a very big, booming one because it's well organized. Like, it really is built towards engagement with your audience, but also it doesn't hurt to have the power of Amazon behind it. There's a lot of money there. So that is definitely a big thing to help move it along. There are some other ones out there, of course. There's DLive, there's Mixer. I just saw another one today and it's gone right out of my head. But I mean, if you search for online, video platforms, you'll find a whole bunch of them. But we're going to talk specifically about Twitch tonight, the Purple company. As soon as you start spending any time on Twitch, you become very familiar with their Purple. All right. So let's talk about Twitch just in general right now. So it is definitely geared for live streaming live, right? So that would be you, like, if you're watching this now, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday, the July 4th, this is live, right? I'm doing this, you're watching it real time, Jason's out there hanging out. My folks are over here on Periscope. Sean, Hello, Sean. Good to see you. You're just the most recent name that popped up, so that's why I picked on you. So this is live, right? People who can type comments, I can respond real time, we can have a conversation that way. That is definitely what Twitch is about. However, you can also watch replays on there. So, you know, you don't have to worry so much about time zones and stuff, because once you start to build an audience, if people can't be there live, they can always go and catch the replays. So it does have that flexibility. It is free. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, but I'm always surprised at how many people think that you have to pay to stream on Twitch. That's not true. You also don't have to pay to watch it. That said, yes, there are some paid tiers if you want fewer ads and that kind of thing, but out of the box, anybody can watch it. You just now have to sit through way more ads than you used to have to, but hey, they got to make money somehow, right? So it is free. It's free if you are a streamer or if you are there to consume content. Okay, where can people watch it, right? So people can watch it either in a browser, or they can download the app. Now, the app is in the obvious places, right? It's on iOS, it's on Android, but it's also on Xbox and on most of the gaming consoles, PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox, obviously, Xbox One, all of the ones that you would expect it to be on. You know, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to find it's on the Wii. I'm not saying it is, because I didn't verify that. But it is all those places. You can also watch on Amazon Fire TV, on Chromecast, on Roku, the NVIDIA Shield. I mean, basically you can watch it everywhere. It's online, so it's available everywhere. They have follow and subscribe options. So it's very familiar for those of you who are on either YouTube or Facebook. Whether you have your own material out there or you're just using it as a consumer, it's the same concepts, right? So you can follow and then you can choose to be notified when somebody goes live, or you can just follow and then when you choose to go in, if they are live, you'll see them pop up, and I'll show you all that in a minute. And then you can subscribe, which we'll get into in a little bit later, but that does involve a monthly fee. And hi, John, my professional lurker. I didn't know that you were professional. Wow, that's really cool. It's always good to have you here. Yeah, so, you know, there is some insider terminology, but you don't have to worry about, you know, learning it all out the gate. You can always pick that up as you go along. A lot of people don't realize you can actually watch Twitch content without creating an account or logging in. Okay, you can just go to the website, browse, or if somebody gives you a URL, you know, for a particular streamer, you can go right to it. So people don't have to, if you're concerned, if you're like, oh, my people don't want to create another account, they don't have to. The only downside to watching without having created an account is that they can't comment. And the commenting is a big part of the live experience because that's how people ask questions, all that kind of good stuff too. But they can, it's available, it's out there, open on the internet, so people can see it. There are add-ons. So if you don't want just the plain out-of-the-box experience, you can jazz it up. You can use overlays. There's Streamlabs and Stream Elements are the big ones. They have prefab ones, or you can build your own. You can add interaction points. So like if somebody follows, you can have something go dancing across the screen and music play, or a whole bunch of different things just to jazz it up, make it more personal, make it tailor it more to your audience. However it is you want to do that. There's a ton of them out there, so there's lots of cool stuff. Most of those are free too. And then, all right, so I'm losing track here. So there are bots that you can use. So like you can automate, like in the chat, you can have every 5 minutes, you can put a link to your site. You know, every 10 minutes you can have it, you know, promote something for you, and it's just automatic. It just goes, you know, however you do it. And then you can actually create income from it should you want to. It's not a requirement at all. There's lots of people out there that are, you know, never going to do that, never want to go through the steps to do it, and that's totally fine. You're not restricted. There's no limitations other than the fact that you won't be able to make income off of it. If you do want to make income, you have to get to the point of at least being an affiliate. If you really want to do it, you have to become a partner, but that's a harder task to get to. And so how do you make money off of it? People make money off of it. If you're a partner, you get money off of the ads. There are ads that are running. Some are for the benefit of Twitch. Some, the money goes, part of it at least, to the streamer. But there's also these things called bits, which is just an easy way for people to donate to your stream. You can, if you are a gamer or if you want to sell games, if you're playing it, you can get like up to 5% of the revenue from a sale made through your site. Now, unfortunately, right now that's just for gaming, but you know, hey, that's okay. So yeah, and then of course there's the subscription thing where somebody can choose, and there's 3 tiers. It's I don't even remember now, was it $5, $10, $15 a month? And then you can give them extra emotes, or you can have like sub-only streams, all that kind of stuff. So there's different ways that you can make money, and people are like, well, you know, it's kind of nickel and diming, and it is, but those nickels and dimes add up. Heck, those pennies add up. The other thing some people do, and this is not restricted to people who are affiliate or partner, anybody can do it, you can set it up to accept tips. So you can just, you know, set it up so that if somebody wants, you know, liked your content, finds you funny, whatever, you can go ahead and do that too. So yes, absolutely. Let's see if we can make this come up. So Jason's saying Twitch followers are a fun bunch, they're a great community, and they really are, and that's the thing people don't realize. You know, people are like, oh, you know, it's gamers, and, you know, gamers are nasty. Well, first of all, that's not true. But just as an overall statement, the people that I've met and Jason's met on Twitch are a warm, welcoming community. So you don't have to be concerned, like, you know, when you're first starting up and you're nervous, you don't quite know what you're doing yet, don't let that stop you, because there are people there who will come by and help and offer tips. And I mean, I met John there, you know, and he's been unbelievably helpful for me because he knew way more about it. So he knows all the ins and outs, and he's been very helpful. So absolutely, Jason, thank you for sharing that, because that is very much the case. People are warm and friendly and fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun over there while we talk about our technology and woes. Whoops, we're not ready for that yet. So yeah, and so, you know, bits, you know, like I said, that's just like a mini donation kind of a thing. There's other little terminology. Raids is like when you take your audience and go and join somebody else who's live streaming. Usually you do that at the end of your stream so that you're taking your audience with somebody else, and maybe some of them will hang out for a while. IRL is in real life. These little things that you just pick up over time. So again, don't let that be anything that slows you down. It's just like anything else. Like any environment you get into, your business certainly has its own terminology and buzzwords and all that kind of stuff, and this is no different. But it's not rocket science. You'll be able to figure it out, or people will help you and explain it to you. So it's not really a problem. Let's move along. Okay, why? Right? That's always the next question, is like, why would I do this? Why would I stream to Twitch? Well, let's talk about that, okay? Engagement. Number one, okay? As long as you start doing it, you do it on a regular, consistent fashion, right? You pick whatever day or days you're going to do it, the time, and then you show up and you do it on a regular basis. You will build an audience, okay? And they will come to expect, and they will wonder if you're 5 minutes late where you are. Not that I've ever done that. But it's a great way to build engagement. People spread the word, you know, that they'll let other people know about your stream if they're getting good information from it, if it's a warm environment, if you're providing good information, content. You know, and yes, obviously, you know, we're business people and we're going to want to focus on our business, but it's okay to let a little life in there too. And that balance makes you more real, makes you more accessible. And that's also the parts that people will react to. And I'll show you some examples in a minute. The other thing about Twitch is it's not saturated, okay? If you're a gamer, yeah, there's a lot going on there. But if you're not a gamer, since Amazon bought it, they've been slowly trying to bring other content providers on who are not necessarily gamers. So this is a chance for you to get in basically on the ground floor. Make your mark on Twitch, get known on Twitch, because your voice is not going to be drowned out by everybody else's like it is on Facebook and like it is on YouTube. Not that you shouldn't be there. I'm just saying that this is a place that you can get into and be seen and heard louder than you would in those other places, because there's just so many people there. So that's a huge one. Analytics. I was surprised, frankly, at how good the analytics are from Twitch. Like, they give you great numbers to work from, and you can really track what's working, what isn't, you know, what's got a reaction, all that kind of stuff. So it's awesome for the analytics. The audience there is regular. Like, they come back. They expect you to be there. They will be there when you are. They stick around. It's the other thing that amazes me. I mean, you know, Twitch is known for long streams, okay? It's more than like, you know, the 5 or 10 minute things that most people do on Facebook, or maybe a half hour on, you know, YouTube or Periscope or whatever. The people on Twitch tend to hang out. And maybe they go away and then they come back. But they're an audience, they're a loyal audience, and they are more than, their expectation is that we're going to hang out and we're going to talk a little bit. Now, that doesn't mean that every stream that you do has to be an hour, 2 hours, 12 hours. Some people do 12 and 24 hours. I've never done that. I'm thinking about trying one, but I haven't done it yet. But it is the kind of environment where if maybe your topic requires that, right? And to really get in and explain things, maybe it requires a little bit more time. They're totally fine with that. That's what you're used to. So it's not going to throw them. They're not going to roll their eyes, you know, if you go on for 40 minutes, because that's fine for them. They're there to watch. Like people used to watch TV people watch Twitch. You know, the numbers on TV are going down. Whether it's paid TV, over-the-air TV, doesn't matter. The numbers are falling left and right. This type of content is the reason why, because people can get very targeted about what it is that they're consuming, and Twitch is a great place to do that. Sticky is the same thing. So I'm not saying that they're eating candy and they're all sticky. I'm saying that they stick around, right? They come back. They are the type of audience that create a group among themselves, right? So yes, they're coming to see you and your content, and they're going to have questions for you, and they're going to talk to you, but they're also going to talk among themselves, and they're going to build relationships among themselves, and they will bring people from other streams that, you know, they know will like your content. And so it's a constant evolving and flowing situation where like-minded people will find other like-minded people and bring other like-minded people in, which is just all kinds of lovely. But that may not be a good enough reason for you, so let's talk some numbers. Sorry, I need to lose me for this one. So these numbers are a little bit old. This is like 2014. These numbers have all gone up, but just to kind of level set for you, okay? 16 billion minutes watched, okay? 11 billion videos broadcast, 11 million unique viewers per month on Twitch. And like I said, these numbers have all gone up because this is a couple of years old now. You know, they've got partner, they've got, you know, unique broadcasts. So we've got a lot to work with here, but that's not all. When they compare the Twitch audiences to the other audiences out there, so that's Facebook, this one may be hard to see, Facebook, Periscope, Mixer, and YouTube. Concurrent viewers by platform, the Twitch numbers are obviously off the charts. Now this is a couple of years old. I think this was 2017. So again, these numbers are increasing for Twitch and really across the board, but you can see the dramatic difference, right? Everybody talks about Facebook, and Facebook is certainly there, and it certainly has an audience, but when it comes to concurrent viewers, and I know this for myself, like my own experience, I don't get as many live viewers on Facebook like I do over on Twitch. Just doesn't happen. Over time, the numbers may balance out, but live, hands down. There's just no contact. So that's something else to think about. If that doesn't sell you, unique user daily minutes on site. So this is how many people come back every day to that platform to consume content. Facebook, yeah. YouTube, certainly. Twitch, absolutely. So, to me, the fact that, like, this is happening and these numbers are out there and it's not getting any press is a huge opportunity for us, right? As small businesses, we're always looking for a way to get our voices out there. And this is a great way to do it. It's a great place to go and to start to have these conversations, because we'll be heard and we will be seen, and who doesn't want that, right? So that's why we're having this conversation tonight, because I know just from talking to people in my own world, it's people are not aware of this, right? They're still writing it off as just gaming. And please don't get me wrong, the gaming stuff is fun. I am personally amazed at how entertaining it is for me to watch somebody else game. I never would have guessed that in a million years. It's absolutely true. But it is what it is. It's entertaining, it's interesting. Right. John nails it on the head, right? It's real content, it's not scripted, right? It's not hard sell, it's not phony. It's people having a conversation about topics that they're passionate about, right? I'm passionate about my business, you're passionate about your business. I will say, there is a huge overarching reality on Twitch, and that is these are people who care, and that care comes out about their passion, but also about helping other people, okay? The other thing that has just blown me away about Twitch is the way they support charities. Every couple of days, somebody else is doing a charity stream and people are giving them money and they're doing huge donations. I know, Extra Life does a really good job of supporting the streamers there who want to do it. I'm sorry, that gives me the warm fuzzies. I'm really impressed by the fact that they're doing that. Jesus says, I enjoy the Lego lawyer guy. He's funny, right? I love him too. Like, I try to catch him as often as I can. He streams a lot, but he does a great stream. So he's a lawyer. I think he's a corporate lawyer. But what he's streaming on Twitch, I mean, he talks some about his job and all that kind of stuff, but really what he's doing is he's building Lego. He's done it with his kids. He likes Lego. He did it as a kid. And he's really creative. He started to do a soap opera. So everybody who's subs, he creates a minifig for, and you get to pick what your minifig looks like. And then he's doing a little soap opera with the little characters. I mean, he is, right? I love, did you find him through me or did you find him on your own? Because he's hysterical. I love him. Yeah, I missed him last night, but he's a good one. Twitch offers a genuine, curious conversation. Absolutely. You know, people are willing to get into the weeds on topics, you know, where they want to. And they're genuine. People can come and ask questions, and you never have to worry about people laughing at you for asking a question. Like, that's a reoccurring thing with me. When I meet people, when I'm working with people, they're always embarrassed and, oh, I'm sorry, I should know this. No, we can't all know anything. I mean, we all have our specialized areas of knowledge. You should never apologize for asking a question. And in the Twitch communities, it's expected that if you have a question, you're going to ask it. And it doesn't matter that maybe somebody asked it 2 hours ago. They're fine with that. They understand that people are coming and going, and you just come in and you ask your question. It's great, right? Free advertising for business. I'm surprised every day they don't have an area for businesses. Right, but the thing is, that's because there's not enough of us there yet. This is starting to change. I'm starting to see more and more businesses there. This is why I want my people out there, all of you folks who watch, I want you to seriously consider about going over and trying Twitch. Now, understand, this is not paid, okay? Twitch is not paying me to say these things. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they're not. I'm doing this because I've seen what a great experience it is, and I want you guys to come and join us. And then we will end up with our own area, which will be great. We want that. Alrighty. So, let's get back to the topic at hand here. Whoops, I keep switching to the wrong one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's talk about who streams on Twitch. What a nice little segue, right? So people are gamers. No, yes, they are there. There's a ton of gamers, and I challenge you, if you think it's not interesting, go and watch one for 5 minutes. You'll get sucked in, I guarantee it. All right, but let's talk about who streams on Twitch, right? Lots of people. Here, all these and more, okay? But this is just like a little spatter, okay? So I'm going to just run the list really quick, okay? Artists of all kinds, musicians, crafters, farmers, makers, like 3D printers, makers of all types, programmers, pottery makers, jewelry designers, food and drink people. There's an unbelievable cooking community over there, and I mean, talented. I'm not talking like, you know, chefs necessarily, although there are some. I'm talking like, you know, home cooks who enjoy cooking and like sharing it and talking about it. John and I have a friend over there, and I think Jason's checked her out too, Tig Girl TK. Watching her cook in her little kitchen, that's what TK is, this tiny kitchen, you feel like you're hanging out in her house while she's cooking and having a conversation. It is amazing. And oh my God, can she cook? I mean, I'm kind of glad we can't smell what she's cooking because I'd be hungry all the time. Woodworkers, repair, service people, 3D printers, makeup artists, travel specialists, podcasters, people do fitness and sports, pet owners, you name it, it's there. You should be there too. And yes, of course, there are gamers there, but it is a much wider variety of content and people out there than you would probably expect if you have not spent any time there. So that is definitely the way to go. Leo Report is on Twitch with his shows. It's always on. I turn off the background noise. Yeah, so there are some channels. So the Twitch shows, Leo Laporte, if you folks know that. His stuff is over there. Riff Tracks is always on over there. Bob Ross is pretty much always on over there. Shout TV is always on over there. So yeah, there are some channels that run 24/7. And they've always got their content on. I'm not clear if you have to have like a certain level to do that, or if anybody can do that. I don't have enough content to even look into that yet. But yeah, it is, and very often that's what's happening to me when I am watching Twitch. I'm very often doing something else, and it's on like, to be honest, I have not watched regular TV. I'm trying to remember when's the last time. It's been months. Because I turn on Twitch the way I used to turn on the TV. So, and I can cast it to my TV if I want, or I can have it up on a second screen. But while I'm, you know, doing work or crocheting or eating dinner or grooming, you know, Mr. Murphy, my dog, it's there. It's my background noise, it's my radio, it's my TV, it's the whole thing. And because now I'm following certain people, I've got a wide variety of material that I can go. And if they happen to not be live when I want to watch, I can just go back and watch the last thing that they did, because the last X number of shows that they did are always available for what they call VOD, video on demand. Hang on, I'm losing my voice. Thank you. See, I took that drink of water. Didn't want you to listen to it. Okay. Yeah. So this was. Hang on. Let me bring it back up. So this is the one we were mentioning before. This is Tig Girl. This is one of the cooking streamers. She does an amazing job. But the whole cooking community over there is phenomenal, welcoming, talented. Willing to share information. Like, I can't cook to save my life, mainly because I don't care. Like, I have other things to do with my time. So cooking never comes up. I'm, always ordering in. But I will say that some of the stuff I've seen them do, it's like, I'm kind of tempted. And so I've kind of gotten into sous vide cooking lately. But every time I watch Tig Girl, I'm like, I might want to try that. So there is that. Okay. And then I was saying, let me go back to this, that when it comes down to who is on Twitch, everybody's on Twitch. It's an unbelievably diverse group of people. And yes, right now there's not a business category per se, but there are inside of their categories enough places for us to go. Like, so for example, I tend to go between just chatting and science and technology because I kind of bridge the gap there. A lot of the food streamers are in makers and crafters. So if you look around, you can find a niche, that'll be a good home for you until they actually create one for us. And they are constantly changing all the time. So there's that. Oh, Jason, I didn't know that you were into this too. You're a sous vide person. Oh, we have to chat. I mean, like I said, I can't cook. The smoke detector is my timer for cooking because I put something on the stove, I wander away. Sous vide has taken all that away. Like, I actually can cook things that, like, I look forward to eating, and, like, Murphy looks forward to eating, and he's picky. I love it. The sous vide thing has, like, completely changed my world. I know everybody's all about the Instapot. That doesn't work for me. The sous vide, that has made a big difference for me. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you can just go Google it. But it's basically water immersion. So you put whatever you're cooking into a bag, you push the air out, and then you set the timer, and you put like whatever, aromatics or salt and pepper or whatever it is you want to put in there, and then you set it. And even for somebody who like me, who wanders away and forgets for hours, when you come back, it's perfect. You can't overcook it. You can't burn it because you're submerged in water. It's phenomenal. I mean, I guess the only thing you really could do wrong is let the water boil away. But that would take days. And even I don't forget about it for days. So that's so cool, Jason. I had no idea. That's great. All right, let's keep going. We're already a half hour in. I knew this was going to be a long one. Okay, so we covered that. So let's keep going. Okay, so let's get down to the meat of it. How do you do this, right? This is the big question everybody has. Hang on a second. Murphy, stop. So Murphy's had a rough week because of all the fireworks. People here started last Thursday, so by now he is done. I've already got him in his undershirt because I'm already starting to hear people. I hope we're over with it today. But anyway, getting back on topic. So let's talk about how to stream on Twitch. Okay. What you absolutely must have is a phone. Okay? What's nice to have is a tripod. So what am I talking about? Okay? It could be something like this, with the adjustable legs, that you can like bend and have it hold on to things, right? Or you can have, the more traditional, right? You stand it up and it opens up and that kind of thing. Something like this, which is really a selfie stick. But this is the trick here. This is the important piece, is this thing at the top, because this is what you put your phone into. So it's on a spring, right? So it fits any size phone, and it holds your phone for you while you're doing it. Now, yes, it's a selfie stick, so you could do it that way, but it also just works as a tripod. I don't think, well, the Manfrotto, okay, this was a little expensive. This one's probably around $40. The rest of these, $20 or cheaper, and you only need to have one. Now, you might say, why do I need this? Well, you don't absolutely have to have it. That's why it's a nice to have. It is easier for you when you're talking, especially if you're like me, like talk with your hands. If you can, put your phone in it and put this down on a table, and then it stays steady, because you really don't want to do the shaky cam thing for people. That actually makes people nauseous or nauseated if you're Sheldon Cooper. So it just makes life easier on you. Also, your arm gets tired when you're holding the phone like this. So it's just easier if you can pop this someplace and do it, but you don't have to. You can start with just a phone. So let's go a little deeper into it. So how would you go about it? If you've never been on Twitch before, you've never streamed before, how would I recommend you start? And the first thing I would say is get familiar. Just go to Twitch. You don't even have to create an account. Just go, browse through, pick a couple of different streams, and watch them for 5 or 10 minutes. I challenge you to only stay for 5 or 10 minutes, but go ahead, try. Okay, but at least you'll get a feel for how it works, what it looks like, all those kinds of things. And here we can actually bring one up here now. So just so you have an idea of what it looks like, So if you're doing it in a browser, right on your desktop, this is what it's going to look like. I should switch over, that would be good. There we go. So this is your basic Twitch setup, okay? So you've got your video here that's playing. Now, obviously, Bob Ross is dead, so this is just a replay of one of his shows. But over here, you've got all the people talking. Up here is where you can go and find new content. And over here are the things that you've followed yourself and recommendations on the things that, based on the things that you have watched, which, of course, won't really be super good when you first join up. But this is basically, you know, what's going on here. And you can chat down here. Got little messages there. Right, so you say hello. Oh, I thought I was following Bob. Okay, must be following Bob with a different account. But anyway, you can do emotes, you do all kinds of fun things in it. So just so you've seen it, okay, as I'm continuing to talk here, probably helps to have that picture in your head. Okay, so that's definitely where you're going to start. Oops. Then go ahead and create your account. It's free. It's no problem, low stress. You just go ahead and do that. Then you're going to download the app to your phone. And then you're going to want to write at least your About Me post. So here, let me bring another one up. Who's a good one here? How about Hair? This Hair. So a Hair Affair is somebody I found almost a year ago now, who does crocheting, and it's all her fault that I started crocheting again. So let me just bring it over here. Now, she's actually hosting somebody right now. She's not live. She may be live later tonight. Oh, I just lost that because the page readjusted. So here. So she's got a little about thing. This is the minimum that I think you should do. I mean, obviously you can do other stuff, but you should at least write a little bit about who you are, why you're streaming, a little bit about your business, in your case, the background. And then there's other stuff you can do. Sooner or later, you're going to want to post your schedule. But start with the About section, and you can add your own graphics or not, whatever works for you. It's all about whatever works for you. What a cool concept. And then you're going to start streaming. Right? Not really a big deal. So let me switch over, and I'm going to actually walk you through the process. Let me wake up my little phone here. Now I was gonna do this connecting the phone directly, but I thought it would help if you could see where I was clicking around. So let's see if this works. Okay, so here's my lovely little phone. I tried to clean it off as much as I could. Sorry for all the reflections. That's why it's dark in here, because I tried to minimize the reflections off the screen. Okay, so let us dive into this. So when you're ready to stream on Twitch, now I'm assuming you're just going to do it from your phone. Now, obviously, you can do this on a bigger scale, okay? Like, I'm not doing this from my phone now, right? I'm doing it from my desktop. I've got a high-end desktop. I've got multiple cameras, okay? But you don't have to start here. You literally can start just with your phone. So that's how we're going to do this tonight. We can get into a more in-depth one if you're interested, but this is how you can do it. Now, I will say when you're doing it for mobile, there are certain things you can't do, like the overlays and some other things, but that's okay. You don't need to start with those. So this is how the app would look, more or less, you know, when you start it. It's probably a little bit different on iOS than it is. This is an Android phone. So when you're in and you've got it loaded and you're logged in, and you're going to come up here, this is your icon up here. And when you go into that, you see right here is the Go Live. I mean, they make it very simple. So you come in here and you hit Go Live. Now, you don't have to worry, because when you hit this, you're not going live yet. This is just saying that that's what you want to do. So you're going to come in here. Now, of course, you're getting a lovely picture of my ceiling here, because I wanted to be able to show it to you on here, but that's, you know, unfortunately I can't hold Mr. Murphy up here so you can, you know, keep looking at something. But the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to come in here, and there's a little pencil icon right here. Whoops. Let's not jump ahead. Right here is a little pencil icon. So you're going to click on that. Come on. There we go. So you can write your title. So I'm going to, this is the last one I did. So just doing a demo, okay? So now I have my title, so that's what's going to show up when I go live. People are going to be really confused looking at a picture of my ceiling, so we won't do it too long. Okay, and then you're going to come down here in this section. Now, last time I was in just chatting, so it stayed there, and that's where we're going to stay. But just to show you that there's, you know, there's lots to choose from. This is not even everything. I don't know why it's minimized. It seems like there should be more than that, but whatever. So you just come in and you pick whatever section you want to be in, okay? And then you're just going, now you can do share to, so like if you want to like post about it on social media or whatever, that's always a good thing to do. And then you literally hit this. It's going to say rotate because it wants you to be in this direction. Okay. Like that. Okay, so I'm just going to try to show the world here a little bit. Hi everybody, I'm just demoing how to do Twitch streams from your phone, so sorry for the really, really bad picture, but I just wanted to show people that this was possible and how to do it, and I want them to be able to see that you can do this. If you wanted to switch to the back camera, you just would hit this button here, or this icon here, and it switches to back here. Oh, what's something I can show you on my desktop here? So where's the camera? There it is. Woohoo! Close-up of a paperclip. How exciting! And then you can switch it back to you, and so on and so forth. Okay, people, I'm done, so I'm not going to keep doing this to you. And then when you are done, you know, however long you do it, then you come up here and you hit end. Okay, and it's going to ask you, are you sure? Kind of the old Control-Alt-Delete days, right? I'm just trying to make sure you can see this. There we go. And I'm going to say yes. And you're done. And then when you're all finished, you know, you can share it again, or so. And then the choices here, I can't see even what this other one is. Okay, so after you're done, you can choose to delete it, which is silly. I mean, unless something goes really horribly wrong, I wouldn't ever do that. And then you would just say save, and then it would be available for people to watch who couldn't catch it live. Now, granted, that was not the most interesting one that could ever be done on the planet, but I just wanted to show how simple it is to do it. It really doesn't take a whole lot of effort, right? You literally are, you're clicking on something, you're putting in a title, you're picking your category, and you're going live. It's that simple. But like I said, it is easier if you do it, you know, with a tripod handy, just for shaky sake, and just to free you up too, so that you're not too worried about having to hold on to that. So let me switch this back. This one. So here you go. No, this one here. So this is what you do, right? I do recommend before you get started that you should check your internet speed, because you don't want to send out a bad stream. Now, I had already done that. I'm actually on my Wi-Fi. That's the other thing, is that for the most part, you're going to want to do this on a Wi-Fi connection, because video chews up bandwidth. So it's not that you can't do it out and about, and I certainly have, but you are going to burn through your bandwidth for the month very quickly when you're doing it live on a mobile platform, when you're just out on the cellular network. So you do want to be connected to a Wi-Fi connection just to save your bandwidth, and do a quick speed test. For those of you who maybe don't even know how to do that, let me just do that real quick. Just bring this up. Okay. Spelling is important. Okay, let me bring this up. So if you go into Google, and you can do this from your desktop or from your phone, you just put speed test in, and then just pick the first one. This is their Google one. And you put this in, and it takes a couple of seconds. I should take my, there we go. Why is this not, oops, there we go. Okay, and you can see I have fiber, so my numbers are going to be nice and high. So what's really important when you're doing a speed test for live streaming is not your download numbers, it's your upload numbers. And that's something that a lot of people get wrong. So they're like, oh yeah, I've got, you know, phenomenal numbers download, but a lot of people don't have great numbers for upload, and that's what makes the difference. So, I mean, obviously, you know, this is extremely high because I have fiber, but you want at least, you know, 10 to 15 minimum in order to keep a steady stream, because you have to keep in mind that it does go up and down over time. So do that before you get started. All right, let me take this out of the way again. And do this. Okay, so start with that. And then you're going to, you know, go into the app. You're going to go into that part, you know, that you're going to click on your icon up in the upper right. You're going to click on the Go Live button, write your title, pick your category, hit stream, and you are ready to rock and roll. Generally what I do when I'm doing it from the phone is I put it into the tripod to start with, and I do it landscape. Please do it landscape, please. And you don't have to, but, well, you actually do on Android. On Android, it forces you to go to landscape. I'm not sure on iOS. But I put it in here, and I just do all the setup, right, you know, while it's on in the tripod, just so I don't forget. Because it's kind of weird to kind of put it into the tripod after you've gone live. It's not the end of the world, but it is just, what was I saying? It is a better experience for your viewers that way. All right. And after you're done, couple of things to think about. You're going to want to go in maybe and take some clips. So clips are just short little segments from the show, maybe something funny, maybe something informative or whatever. You can take those because then you can repurpose those. You put them on social media. You can put them on your blog. You can put them in an email if you have an email list, that type of thing. You can also create highlights. So clips are very short snippets of whatever went on. Highlights are longer, several minutes kind of a thing. And those become available then also on your Twitch profile. The nice thing about that is people who are looking for new streamers to watch, that tends to be what they watch. Before they commit to a full stream, they'll go in, they'll watch a couple of clips, a couple of highlights to see if it's the kind of content they want. And also, like I said, it is something shareable. And just as a reminder, you can share that link out because these streams, all this information is available to the general public. They don't have to have an account in order to see that content, which is nice. And then, share the links on social and always check your analytics because, hey, the numbers are fun. All right, so when you decide to do this, the other question always comes up is when? Whatever works for you. Whatever day and time works for you, that's the best time to do it. Just pick something that you can commit to. Now, if you try something doesn't work, you need to adjust, that's fine, but sooner than later, you need to nail down that I'm going to go live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to have the conversation. Just so happens on Twitch, I'm usually there Thursday and Friday nights around 9:30 Eastern Time because it's after this show, and then Friday I do some things, try to take care of life because my Friday streams tend to go kind of long. We tend to have a little bit of a party on Fridays. And when should you start? Now. I mean, the barrier to entry is unbelievably low, right? You need your phone. And if you want to treat yourself and your audience, then treat yourself to a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, you can still go ahead. You can certainly prop it up on some books or something, just someplace that's going to be steady. I'm just looking at this wondering, okay, no, I thought maybe my water bottle might work, but the angle's wrong. So again, that would be the ceiling shot or the up nose shot. We don't want to do that. But you could, you could find books, you can find something to prop it up and get started that way too. Don't let not having a tripod stop you. When you get a tripod, any tripod will work. You'll just need to get one of these adapters, which may or may not come. So like this one, because it's a selfie stick tripod, it came with the adapter. You can also just buy these separate. We're not talking a major investment. I mean, the whole thing, even like for this, I think this was $12, and I can reuse this. This unscrews, so this will work on any tripod head. It's got the universal adapter on the bottom here. There you go. So I can actually use this on any, or you can just buy one. And what's nice about this one is it folds flat, so it's easy to throw in a bag and not have to worry about it stabbing you. So the time to do it is now. Pick a topic, pick a broad topic, pick a specific topic, whatever feels right for you, something that you can talk about freely. That's why I started doing this with tech, because I can talk about tech forever. But that is the best way to start. The best time to start is now. The best time to do it is whatever works for you, whatever you can be consistent about, and then the people will come. So just to wrap up, how to do this, get familiar with it a little bit. Doesn't take a ton of time. Seriously, 5-10 minutes, you'll get the feel for how it all works, how it all fits together. Create your account, download the app onto your phone, write your About Me post and put it on your profile so at least the people who are coming to you have some place to go and learn a little bit about who you are, what your business is, why you're streaming, and then start doing it. You seriously can't go wrong with it. It is the type of thing that will build over time. A lot of people are like, nobody showed up at first. That's okay. You don't really need a big crowd when you start because you need to get used to it. You need to get into a rhythm that works for you, and then people will find you. Let people know that you're there. But people will just wander in on their own because they go, there's this, what do they call it? What do they call it, John? Discover. There's a Discover option where you can go and see who's live now. So I'm just real quick, I know this is long, but for you folks who have stuck around, I'm just going to show you real quick a couple of different types of people who are doing this. So this is one in particular I watch a lot. So she's not live now, I don't think. Let me just double check. She makes pottery and she does it live. Yeah, she's offline right now. But she's got her video, so we can just fire up a video real quick. So she makes and sells pottery. Yeah, if you play music in the background, parts of it will be muted. Let's see. So She's got her cat there. She's got close-ups, and she's got multiple cameras. Obviously, she's not doing this just from a cell phone, but you know, she's been doing this for a while now. And she talks about her Etsy shop, and she's got the information for all that kind of stuff. She has a very lively conversation that goes on, but that's built over time. So yeah, she's got her about me. Let me make that go away. Rules about her chat, FAQ, questions, you know, come up a lot. So you can put as much or as little information here as you want, but she's a really good example. This is another one that I love. She's amazing, right? I know, I'm so fascinated watching her. She's a lot of fun. Let's pick another one. John knows I like this one. So this is a gentleman who repairs watches on stream. This is always like, as a kid, I always loved watches. Particularly like mechanical, old school watches. Let's see, I don't suppose he's live now, is he? But I'm also impressed that he's able, yeah, no, he's hosting somebody. So hosting is something you do usually when you're not on live, because it would be hard to do it while you were live. Sorry, we have to sit through an ad. Okay. So I'm just going to jump in a little bit here. So he explains what he's doing, but like all these little teeny tiny pieces. And he's so good at explaining about, you know, what he's doing and what he's seeing and, you know, what's working, what's not, and why. It's just fascinating to see this gentleman sit there, and he works on watches. And he's so good about explaining it. And like I said, watches are always a thing for me. We talked about Bob Ross, right? So Bob Ross has sort of become a meme on there. It's incredibly soothing and, you know, happy little trees, right? Who doesn't want to watch happy little trees? This is just another example. So this is RiffTrax, who, you know, anybody who watches me knows I'm a big RiffTrax fan. So they're an always on channel, and they run the shows and the people chat their way through it. What is there? I don't think I've really looked at their, oops. What did I expanded something I didn't want to. Okay, doesn't matter. And then this is another one. So this is a company, Shout Factory TV. They sell TV shows, movies, particularly things that have sort of like cult following kind of things. But I wanted to show you this because like they've got their about, right? And they've got a link to their site, and they've got their schedule here. They do polls. They have their social promotions here. They tell you about sales. They tell you about things that they're featuring. So this is an example of a business that is doing this to sell, right? This is what they're focused on. And then along the way, sometimes they actually stream, you know, themselves just talking, but a lot of times they're always on, and so they're streaming examples of their content. Is there any other examples that I should show, John? Anything pops into your head? Jason, anything? I think that, well, we've been going long enough, but hopefully that gives you a feel for it. There is a wide variety of things out there, and you can poke around and find other people and just kind of get ideas from them and see what works, you know, see what you like, include that in yours. Okay, this has been almost an hour. Thank you all for hanging out so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you have found this interesting. If you have any questions, you can follow me over on Twitch. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. Duh. Yeah, that's what I should do. Hang on. Who am I hosting? I have to be careful who I'm hosting right now. I have a weird sense of humor not everybody appreciates. So we'll go to this view. Okay, so every Thursday and Friday around 9:30ish p.m. Eastern Time, I hang out on Twitch. You are more than welcome to come and continue this conversation there. You can bring other questions there. Sometimes I amuse myself by crocheting while I'm doing it. Sometimes we play games. It's sort of a variety show approach to technology over there. We kind of mix it up. But you can also go and check. Now, I have not been real good about doing my clips and my highlights. I have to work on that. But you are welcome to come and join us. You see here most of the time I'm on Just Chatting, but sometimes I go to Science and Technology if I'm going to be focused in on something that's a little bit more techie. So I try to mix it up a little bit for everybody. Okay, hair. Oh, hair. I didn't show hair? Oh, okay, wait, we have to show hair. Hang on. Oh, we did a little bit, but I didn't show her. There we go. Let's bring Hair. Yeah, we gotta bring Hair up. So, Hair as in bunny rabbit. Let's do hers. So, Hair is an amazing person for so many reasons. Let me bring this up. There's another one. She does crochet. She does felting. She is hands down the reason why I've gotten back into crocheting. I learned as a kid from a neighbor, like some basic stitches, and now with her, like, I'm following patterns and actually doing things. It's the weirdest thing. But she has got an awesome community, very, helpful, funny people. And she recently got a rabbit, so we've been doing a lot of times with the rabbit, which is highly entertaining. So this is another one to go check. Hera is definitely a good example to follow. And then if we look at her details, she is also one of the folks that does a lot of charity streaming. So she talks about St. Jude. She's got her whole explanation about why she does Extra Life. She's got her affiliate stuff here. She's got the rules about how to hang out, donations, how to contact her, her commissions, shopping. So even these people that maybe don't consider themselves small businesses, they are, right? She has a day gig. She's like me. She's got a day gig, but she does commissions for crocheting and other artwork. Right now, she's closed because she's swamped. Plus, she's getting ready to go to a con where she's going to sell some of her stuff. But she has an Etsy shop. So while, because I talked to her about this a little bit recently, I'm like, how do you see yourself? Like, do you see yourself as a small business? Do you see yourself as a hobbyist crafter? Like, because as far as I'm concerned, she's a small business. Like, she is doing this. She is, serious about it. She's got a plan. She's organized about it. And it started a whole conversation because not everybody who's on Twitch thinks of themselves that way, but anybody who's doing it looking to make any level of income, whether it's from bits or whatever, or selling, or bringing on new customers or whatever, that's small business, right? That's what we do. So thank you, John. Yes, I'm glad you recommended it because she's all kinds of amazing, and I really enjoy her stuff. And she's on usually multiple times a week. She is in con prep, so she's been a little bit lighter on some of her streams lately, but that'll pick up again soon. All right, I'm sorry. We are at an hour now, but hopefully you understand now why I am suggesting this. Hopefully this is giving you some ideas. Hopefully you're going to go check it out. Come join us over on Twitch at 9:30-ish tonight or tomorrow, which is Friday. If you have any questions, bring them there, or you can contact me, join the mailing list, whatever works best for you. I'm here to answer questions and help you out because I want to see everybody succeed, right? Well, this is what this is all about. So thank you so much. I hope you're having a great holiday if you're in the U.S. If you're not, then I hope that you're going to enjoy your weekend when it gets here oh so soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will talk again next week. Bye.